Hello?
Hello?
Everybody is hearing us? Let me see if there's a chat here, just for people to confirm that we're being heard.
Yeah, I can hear you, mate.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, so let's start this thing. We have here the list of the questions. We're going to start from the beginning.
Well, first of all, thank you for coming to the AMA and hope everybody is all right.
Yeah,
and
so
happy.
I think it makes sense to start with a proper description of before getting into the questions. What just happened, right? So for those, I mean, most of you are aware, but for those who don't know, on January 4th, so it's about 2 weeks ago, um, there was a wave of hate against Cryptoland. And it's very curious because the project was launched actually from November until December. The project was public with all the same information. So it's fun that the same project, the same videos, the same everything, just caught the attention of a lot of people suddenly, right? But the thing is, Cryptoland has gotten a lot of heat recently, but I think it is important to start with the following, which is, what is wrong with a crypto island? That's my question to you guys, because I will end this AMA with the same question. What is wrong with a crypto island? That's the way we approach this project. Is there anything wrong with a piece of land surrounded by sea? That's a private island. Is there something wrong with that? I don't think there is nothing wrong with private islands, right? Is there something wrong with crypto people? I don't think there is anything wrong with crypto people. So why would there be something wrong with crypto people in a private island? Okay, so we're very happy to start taking questions. And yeah, we will evolve from there. Okay, so
From the beginning,
yeah.
Should we answer there's not many questions, so I think we can answer all of them. We can start by, what time zone are you guys based in?
We're in Spain right now.
Yeah, we're visiting family, and well, we like to travel a lot. So right now we're in Spain, and maybe we will move in the next few weeks.
Yeah. How
might life for the average cryptolander look in 2030?
Well,
hopefully better.
Actually, sorry. Let me make a pause here, because I think we need to explain a bit more what just happened. Because before getting into the questions, let's expand a little bit more, because I think that's what most people are curious about. So we got a wave of hate, and it was originated by a Twitter thread by a girl called Molly. That was a bunch of hate towards Krypton, but it really didn't say anything meaningful. And I think that's very sad, because we embrace thoughtful critics. There is nothing wrong with not liking Krypton. That's perfectly fine. But there is no point in trying to criticize something with no arguments. And so the media picked this up because it became a bit of a trending topic, and they made a series of articles that paint a very bad picture of Cryptoland, and that they are they twisted our words in order to make things look ugly, and I think that's not fair. But so that's what happened with in the following days of the Twitter thread, and then we've had several YouTubers.
Especially because I felt like people criticize a very early stage project, like if it was a company, like an established company for 20 years. So it's quite weird, because I feel like people haven't or either realize that this is a very early stage project, or they didn't want to realize that. And you guys, I'm sorry if we don't speak perfect English. We try to do our best.
No, but Elena is right on point
maybe
here.
Sometimes I don't pronounce things correctly.
It is important to remember that Cryptoland is an early stage startup, right? What is this project? This is a vision. This is a dream, and what we're doing is onboarding people that want to see this happen. We're not going to harm anyone. Okay, so if the people that don't like Cryptoland, they're free to not come. So yeah, and trying to criticize things that are very far away,
especially based on an abstract feeling or an abstract how do you say, opinion about a video that this is a meme video. It's just a funny video.
Yeah, some people are taking wrong. They're not interpreting the video from the correct perspective. For example, I like to put an analogy here. Someone could make the argument that the CryptoPunks, which is a pixelated image, it's the worst artwork in the world, right? It cannot be like lower quality than that. Someone could say that, right? But that's because they're seeing it from the wrong perspective. CryptoPunks, they have their own history. They were the first NFTs really that got popular, and that's the way to understand CryptoPunks, right? It's not necessarily about the art; it's about what that means. And same happens with our video. People need to understand that this is a parody video. This is a fun thing, and they don't have to believe that in crypto people's minds, everything is necessarily crypto. Some people yes, and some people not. But I think it's the way to approach this video is to understand that it's a fun piece, you know. And yeah, okay. So I think we can move on now and start going question by question. And
how might life look like for the average Cryptolander in 2030?
Well,
like in the future.
Well, it will look definitely much better than now, because this has actually, you know, the crypto space, guys, is on a macro trend towards mass adoption, and this is going to, whether you want it or not, benefit everybody that is in crypto. Okay, so this goes beyond Cryptolanders. Pretty much anyone who's in the space and understands what this technology is enabling, understands the where we're going, and so yeah, I think crypto people in general are going to be very satisfied to be joining this movement. You know, we joined. We got into crypto in
2016.
Yeah, 5 years ago, and since then, you know, we've seen this space grow a lot, and it's going to continue growing. So Cryptolanders are just going to ride that wave, just probably better than others. Yeah. Okay. So let's continue.
Hello, team. Can you update us on the investors? Any new plot sales happening? I'm sure there are ongoing discussions.
Yes, there are ongoing discussions, but there isn't any other parcel sold yet. This is because these things take time, and there are many. We have a lot of interest from people, but we haven't been able to really, you know. But well, I mean, I will continue expanding on that, but there are other questions related to this, which is because I wanted to talk about this. So people also have been criticizing the fact that you know, they're buying plots of land that of
we're
an
selling
island. Yeah, exactly.
Plots of land of an island that we don't own.
Exactly. And so I think the important thing to remember here is that there is a contract, and most people don't know this, but once an investor buys a King
An
Cryptolander.
NFT, yeah.
Exactly. We get in touch, and they sign a contract where there are a lot of clauses, there are a lot of protections that they get, and this is people that they know what they're doing with their money. So I think it's also something important to clarify. What's next?
What is the time frame you're looking at to mint out the entire collection?
That's an interesting question. So probably it's going to be the upcoming 2 months, or 2 or 3 months. We've been slowly, because we wanted to understand the community and the way we're distributing them. Contrary to public opinion, we're not taking anyone's money. We're giving them away for free. So that's why it's very easy to see that Cryptoland is not a scam. We're giving this away for free just because we want to build a community around the project.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So isn't Cryptoland more of a real estate development than a crypto thing? Is there anyone from the area helping you guys?
Yeah.
Cryptoland is a mix of both things. From the investment side of things, it has a lot of real estate development, the side of it. So yeah, because if you
very simple. It's a mix of both things. So you merge the two things, right? For example, take Disneyland, for example. Is Disneyland a fantasy world that comes from their movies, or is it a real estate project?
Well,
it's
after
both.
it's built.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's both, right? Exactly.
Now, Cryptoland is more of a real estate investment for those who enter early and maybe want a plot of land or something like that. But after that, after Cryptoland is built, is fully crypto, because everything will be crypto theme. It's for the crypto community to come, network, meet other people. So yeah. Has both of these.
Exactly. And the second question is there anyone from the area helping you? Of course.
Yes.
We've been working with obviously our architects who have their own network of other contractors, other advisors, other project managers that are hired by them when we need things. So, for example, to get our master plan approved, we there were a lot of people involved. For example, there was just a person in charge just to submit this thing and going to knock the right doors and bring this to the right desk.
Another company did the infrastructure report and
exactly.
Planned how the infrastructure would be on the island. Of course, this is just for the master plan in principle. Then once you get the master plan in principle approved, you just go to the next phase, which is polishing everything. So you are more detailed with what kind of electricity supply you want. You want more like diesel, which we don't want, of course, or you want more like solar panels and these kind of things.
The main point.
But right now, everything is in a very, very early stage, so you cannot you're gonna judge a project.
Exactly. It goes by phases. Okay, so the first phase, a master plan, is a general plan of how Cryptoland is going to look, and this has been approved, and this has been done by one of the best architectural firms in the South Pacific. They're called Architect Pacific. They've done that, and that has been approved. And that master plan is a general overview of what the project is going to be. How is it going to be? And this has gone through different departments in Fiji, which they all have approved, and it's ready. And so that it's not the only permit. There are other permits that go on top of that, but that's the main one. Okay, so
you cannot move on unless you have the master plan in principle approved. So
exactly.
We have it.
What else? Will police work on the island?
How will police work on the island? Will there be Fiji police, or are you hiring your own private police force? Also, in the event of a medical emergency, will there be any doctors on the island?
Yeah, okay, so private security is what most resorts, private island resorts have. So, see it as Cryptoland is going to be a private island. So that means that we take care of the security inside of the island, right? So there are
like any other private property.
Exactly, just like any other private island.
Or amusement park or restaurant or
exactly. So the island is very close to the Fiji mainland, so that's where more Fiji police can be found if needed. but inside the island, it would be private security.
Private security, yes. So see it in layers. We have the first layer is our private security. Second layer is Fiji police. And then
at the end of a medical urgent,
of course, yes.
Having
yes.
doctors, it's a must.
No, it's a must. And in fact, this is something that I have been from the beginning thinking about, because I love medicine. I come from a family of nurses, and I know many doctors. So for me, health is very, very important. So yes, of course, we will have like a first aid space for the first, I don't know how to say in English, but if you have like maybe an injury or something, you can be treated right away on the island, and then you can get evacuated to the mainland. And we have the contacts for that service as well. So yes, of course, it's very important. I play a lot of poker and blackjack online. Is there going to be crypto-based gambling inside the game center in Cryptoland? The video animation already shows some slot machines, so hopefully you guys are also considering adding poker and blackjack tables. Well, in Fiji, how is it called? Gambling is prohibited, so you cannot gamble in Fiji. So no, in Fiji we won't have that. We will have like a game center, like the game centers you can find in anywhere in the world with, like the machines and stuff. But you cannot gamble. So in Fiji, no.
Pure gamble is not allowed.
No,
this is something that would have to be specified by the Fiji authorities. So as we get there, we would see where do they trace the line between what they consider legal and what they consider illegal.
Yeah. That was something that we didn't know when we started the videos, but I mean, it's something that we will abide by the rules. So
yeah, I mean, as you can, anyways, in the video, what you see, it's a game center. It's not a casino. Okay, so don't misunderstand the scene of the video. What else?
Hey team, love Cryptoland. Thank you so much, and super excited for what's in store. Is there more information on the process of buying the island? Like, is there a specific date planned, or will it be done when all the King Cryptolander plots are sold? Well, yes, actually, we won't be buying the island until we have reached our soft cap. So we want to ensure we have a minimum of funds to make this viable. So for us, it's very, very, very important to not touch any funds until we have secured, until we are sure that this can be done. So yes, we won't buy any island or anything until we don't reach a minimum soft cap. Yes. Is there going to be any upkeep costs you have to pay to Cryptoland if you own a parcel of land on the island? I wonder if the cleaning services and other stuff you provide for the owners of the parcels is going to be paid with a monthly subscription fee tied to owning land.
That's an interesting question. The truth is, we're an early stage project, and we are not at that degree of
detail.
Exactly. We don't. This is something that we'll have to figure out as we get there. But there, of course, there are going to be some basic
costs,
expenses.
Yeah, for the basic infrastructure, or it's not called infrastructure.
Any community
services like water, internet, or
I mean that will be paid individually. Of course, there will be some collective expenses probably. So something per year to pay as any residential area, pretty much. So. Exactly, but regarding cleaning and services like this, Cryptoland will have the services in place to provide all of that, and we still have to figure out what is going to be the relationship, right? But yeah, those are minor issues for us at this stage.
Can people who don't buy a plot of land visit the island? What about workers and such? Will there be a hotel for them? Yeah, of course. Everyone can visit the island, even if they are not from the crypto community. The island is open to anyone who want to come and visit. Of course. Exactly.
See it as a mountain. Okay. Anyone can go to the mountain, right?
Or anyone can go to Disneyland, for example.
No, but I mean, in Disneyland, you have to pay to enter. In Cryptoland, there might not be a fee to enter Cryptoland necessarily. There will be services, for example, restaurants and things like this that you can.
Yeah, there won't be like a ticket
Exactly. There will probably not be any ticket to entry, right?
No.
People can come, and then
Yes.
if they own a parcel and they have a home, they can go
Yes.
there. If they want to stay in the hotel, they can stay there in the resort. But if not, they can walk around and maybe sleep on a boat if they rent a boat. That's up to them, right? Yeah. So this is how we see it.
Let me check. I wonder if that cleans. Yeah. What about workers and such? Will there be a hotel for them? Yeah. Well, it's not a hotel. There are residences for the workers in the island.
It's called the back
of house.
Exactly.
Yeah, there will be residences for all the workers on the island, and depending that's something that we will need to specify. But a part of the workers of the staff will live in the island on their residences, and another part will live in mainland, because there's a lot of people who live very very close to the island, so they can go home if they want to. So yes, we have planned space, big space for that. Of course, it's very important for us. Since the island is going to be in a somewhat distant future, are there any utilities for the NFTs in the short term to keep the community buzzing while the island is prepping? Yeah.
Yes, there are.
Yeah, we've been thinking about that, and we are creating some fun stuff. So we cannot say anything now, but we are looking into creating our own metaverse games and stuff like that. So
yeah. Now the thing, guys, is that okay. So I wanna explain this properly. When you launch a project like Cryptoland, you don't know how people are going to react. When I remember when we made everything public in November when we were in Dubai, and we didn't know how it was going to be perceived, and so we thought that it might the video might get a lot of attention. It didn't really get that much of attention. But we were speculating whether it would go viral, and the truth is it didn't go viral until January 4th, where we had this basically a storm of attention towards Cryptoland, not necessarily positive in its full in its full potential, but it got a lot of attention, so it got viral, and we're learning. We wanted to test how the community grows and get a feel of what you guys want, how we can better direct the efforts towards what we want to do, right? And so it takes time to understand these things. We've never launched a crypto project, so we're learning as we go. And I'm saying this because this past couple of weeks have helped us to think very well of how do we want to continue, and we're making plans on how we can a new strategy going forward. I mean, the project stays exactly the same, nothing changes, but the way we're going to interact with our community is probably going to be improved, and this is going to attract a lot of new interest in Cryptoland. So yeah, that's there are a lot of ideas that we're considering. To be honest, we're not in a rush. Every day that passes, we see more and more who's really here for the long term and who wants to just jump and go away, and that has helped us to see what's the core of Cryptolanders, what's the core of the community, right? And that's very valuable because we've been building a lot of relationships with most of you guys, and I think that's gonna evolve into bigger and more meaningful interactions with Cryptoland as we go. So although we are eager to grow, we're doing things properly. Everything we do is legal. We have nothing to hide. Everything is like straightforward. So we don't mind going a bit slower. But yeah, in essence, that's the point.
Okay, so next one. What will be the fish and gaming regulations for sporting and fishing on the island waters? And will there be a limit or cap system Will we be able to tip stuff in crypto for, say, bellhops or drivers? And will there be a more tap-to-go enabled payments at POS intersections with crypto wallets if attached?
Point of sale.
What will be the Fijian gaming regulations? Well, this in Fiji, so there are some regulations in place. In Fiji, it's very specific and special because they have in Fiji like, I don't know if it's not called tribes, like
you mean the Goli?
Yeah, the Ngoli.
That's
like
a department.
Ancestral. Yeah, like they have their government and their
it's a very decentralized way of governing Fiji.
Yes, so and then they have like their own ancestral. It's not tribes, but let's call it communities.
Communities,
yes.
Exactly.
So each community has rights over specific areas of Fiji. So you have not only to ask permission to the government, but to this community as well for exploit the waters or the land. And
exactly.
So
I mean, the point
we
is,
don't know yet.
We don't intend on fishing, to be honest.
No.
We don't think that. Sorry, we don't think that many people visiting Cryptoland will come for fishing.
Yeah.
But if they do, it's something that will probably be done independently by them. I don't think Cryptoland will provide the logistics for fishing.
And I'm not sure if it's in a good fishing area as well. So maybe if people want to go fishing in Fiji, they should look at other.
There might be
places,
better avenues to do that.
I don't know anything about fishing in Fiji.
Yes, exactly. Regarding
common.
gaming, we don't know what. I mean,
gaming. Is it like hunting? Because I'm not sure if in Fiji you can hunt anything. So
I don't. To be honest, I don't understand the question when you mention gaming regulations
because
for sporting.
Sometimes like game is hunting. So we don't know about fishing, and we know that there's like these specific communities that you have to ask permission to fish and to do some stuff. So, but we are not sure if in Fiji you can hunt or anything like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Will we be able to tip stuff in crypto for? Yeah.
We don't know about that yet. We don't know if we can tip people in crypto because there are many things that come into place there. We'll have to see how Fiji wants to take, because right now it's in a gray area. It's a gray area, so it's not illegal, but it's not recognized either. I don't think that would be a problem, but that's not my. Don't take my word for it. That would be something that still needs to be seen. But for sure, you could book everything in crypto because that happens internationally. So but regarding the tipping the.
Of course we would. Yeah, we are open to. So we have.
I mean that would be ideal. That's we would
no
love that to happen,
that,
of course.
Yes.
Will there be more tap to go
enable payments?
Point of sale intersection to crypto wallets? Probably yes. Understand that we don't have everything completely clarified exactly. Yeah. So regarding the point of sale for in the restaurant and things like that, we haven't yet completely designed that. It's not our role to spend resources and time to devote too much efforts into that. But
and since a lot of criticism from people is about not abiding by the rules, because people like to abide a lot by the rules, so which I agree, but we want to make sure everything is legally
compliant. Yeah,
legally compliant. So we need to talk with the government and yeah. So,
why can we not post links anywhere? Okay, that's that's a very simple response, guys. Most of the discourse, especially in crypto, there is a bot that automatically bans links because if you know the space, the amount of spam is unbearable. So if you don't have that in place, you have a lot of communities and spam and bots that come and shares links to basically promote their communities. And that's something that is very annoying when you're trying to keep the signal to noise clean on our Discord. So most great Discords have a bot in place that disables links. So that's the reason why.
Yeah, I think he makes reference to this
Article?
Okay. Cryptoland wants to be an NFT paradise. It sounds like a digital firefest.
Yeah.
Specifically, is it true someone is listed as being involved even though they are not?
No, that's not true.
That's not true.
That's absolutely not true.
I mean, by Bartos?
There are 3 persons, actually 2 persons that. So here's how it works. So when you have a startup like this, like ours, what you do is you put the team. Because we're doing fundraising, okay? And when you do fundraising, they ask you who you want to work with, right? And Bartos, he's one of the architects of
CG artists,
CG artists who made the most significant things of the design architecture. Mm-hmm. He was the one who named the crypto beach that comes from him
and designed the buildings that you see on the video. And
yeah, so he got harassed online by a lot of haters, and he
got scared.
Yeah, he got scared. He got uncomfortable because he also has other clients. Yes. Of course, he's a freelancer, okay, mm-hmm. And so.
But he has been working with us for a long time.
Yeah, and the last work he did for us was I think 3 or 4 months. No, actually, maybe
render
a bit more.
For the room.
Yeah,
I believe.
Exactly. The renders for the rooms when they get to the home. So he's someone we respect a lot.
Yes.
And he's the one who has been doing some of the meaningful stuff in the video. That's why he was there as a CG artist. It's as simple as that. So he's been involved. It doesn't mean that he's going to continue to be involved in the next 5 years. We don't know yet. That will depend if
he wants to.
If he wants to, if we want to, if we have the funds. That it depends on all of that.
Just as like any other company or project.
But he's surely not he's not on salary, because that's not to do it. And the same goes with another person in the team who's the project manager. He's someone his name is Brad. He's not in the website anymore because also he got a lot of online pressure, and he's the one who would be the project manager when we have the funds raised in order to carry out the project management means basically the oversight of the construction, the architects, the things, the checkbox that
and how the resort is going to be structured and everything. He has extensive.
In fact, I have a call with him in 30 minutes, so I have to talk with him. Yeah. But he's someone that we will work with him once we get fully funded.
And we've been working with him for the last
and we've worked with him for
8 months.
Yeah, he's helped us a lot. We've been.
He's part of the team, so yeah.
Yeah, kind of, but not officially. That's the thing. So we've paid for his work so far, and we plan on paying him for his upcoming work. But right now, we're not working on this anymore. We're focusing on fundraising. So he's not officially doing anything right now. He's paused, right? And that's why he didn't feel comfortable being listed there because of the media trying to portray him.
Because of all the pressure online. I mean,
people were contacting him on LinkedIn.
People can be very, very mean. And I'm sorry, I don't want to lash out here, but we've received like death emails. Like, why don't you die now? Why? What have we done wrong? Who have we hurt?
Yeah.
No one. So. Please don't be that mean. So if you don't like the project, you just get out.
Exactly.
That's
it's as simple as that. We're not doing any harm to anyone.
Okay. Sorry.
So that's the point with some of the people that are listed on our website. On our website, we don't disclose whether they are permanent freelancers. That's not the point.
They have been contributing to the project for the last couple years.
There is no one in there that has no relationship to the project. No one. So
Why has there been no communication on Twitter for more than a week? And will Twitter rates and Twitter contributors return?
Yes, they will return, of course.
Yes.
The point is, we didn't want to. We had this wave of people that didn't like Cryptoland, so we're taking this like a very long-term play. We're not going to stop Cryptoland anytime. So at that point, it was mainly people, mainly trolls who wanted to, just kill the project basically. And there was nothing to post on Twitter interesting. And why posting anything? People here in our community, they can come on Discord, ask us. So there was no other news, so no need to post anything on Twitter, really. But yeah, we will continue doing Twitter contributions, and we will continue moving forward, of course.
What would be the hiring plan for the project? What kind of profiles will you be looking for, and when and where?
That's okay. Well, there are going to be thousands of people involved in putting this together. So the amount of roles is enormous. We'll have to see as we go, because right now the plan is to subcontract most of the things. For example, the construction is something that you subcontract, same that you do with the architects, right? We don't hire. That's not how these projects are done. You don't hire.
We have some people in-house, and we
Exactly.
subcontract other people. But for the resort, we would be looking at having. We would like to have crypto people for the resort, because we feel like it would enhance the experience.
Of course, the end goal is to those who love more, and we have here some people in our community that that would love to work in Cryptoland. They've been DMing me, so I think that the more someone wants to be involved with Cryptoland, the more the doors are open, right?
So you have to understand that when you manage it, you have a resort, there are two areas: the back of house and the front of house. So in the back of house is everything like cleaning and like the things that people don't see, quote unquote. So for this, you don't need like crypto people. You need like professional people who know what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
But for the front of house, for example,
the people that are facing guests and
people
and
that
the
you
community.
see when you check in the hotel and stuff like that, that would be
good to have crypto people, of course.
People, yes.
Yeah. Okay, moving on. So when will the
whitelist close?
We don't know yet. This is an open thing, and it's until we distribute all the NFTs, it's going to be open. How will you manage waste? Okay.
Okay.
So this is one of the questions that has triggered the controversy about crypto. That's one of
criticism.
Exactly. This is one of the criticisms that we've seen.
Going to
Yeah, exactly. So this to us is like asking you, how are you going to manage waste on your wedding? It's to be honest, the short answer is who cares. That's the short answer. The long answer is that
who cares? We care, but it's
no,
not.
But who cares
not a question
now?
for now.
The point is, unless you're particularly passionate about waste, which you can apply for a role to manage waste if you want. Nothing against that. That's very important for sure. But the truth is that this is something that it's subcontracted, right? The company that is going to manage the resort is the one who does that. So to be more precise, there are different ways to manage waste. One is to simply send it to the mainland. Every day there are going to be boats that come and go with stuff, with materials, with many things. And that's where once a day, for example, you can put the waste and send it there. Send it to the mainland, where it can be picked up by the waste companies, and
Yes.
and that's how you can manage waste. But what waste are we talking? That's the first question. Are we talking about water waste? Are we talking about trash? Are we talking about garden waste? All of those things, they take different treatments, and those are non-problems for Cryptoland at this stage. You should not. No one should be evaluating an early stage startup.
And don't worry about that, because you don't get the permits unless you cover all these things. So we will make sure that the waste is treated correctly and in the most efficient and ecological way.
Yeah, eco way. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. So please, guys, don't worry about that, because it's super important for us. We've been talking about waste and emergency services
before waste.
before even.
The point is actually more about reducing the amount of waste
Yes.
is even more important than how you
Yes.
manage it. I mean,
Yes.
don't get me wrong, managing is very
It's very
important.
important, yes.
But that's something that we're not a waste managing company, right?
No.
This is it's like when you get your waste to the.
But of course, we need to have a system, and probably part of the waste, big part of the waste, will go to mainland.
There are 10 million. There are
like
10.
Like the other resorts in the area do, but we will have
every resort on Earth
water plant treatment, treatment plant in place,
of course,
and our own
the point
laundry
is that
and everything.
There are thousands of resort islands that they manage waste. There are millions of ways to do it. And there are 10,000 other problems of the same.
But of course, waste is important, and it will be correctly treated. Don't worry about that. How will you manage emergency services? I think I've already answered that question, but yes, we will have. It's very important, especially.
No, let me say something.
So we will have.
Hold on a second,
okay,
Elena. First of all, this is mandatory. Okay,
yeah.
any resort of any size needs to have some basic health
first aid or health specialist in place.
Exactly. So we're not going to build a hospital, of course not. That's in Fiji. There are several hospitals already. What we will have is basic essential emergency services that can manage
just to treat the first things, or if
it ever happens,
or
not. And if something is more complicated, then you rely on the Fiji hospitals to solve that.
Yes, and we will have an evacuation system in place. Of course, we already have the contacts for that.
Yeah.
So
is there a capacity
of people on the island?
Yes. It's about 10,000 people, I think. Yeah. I don't remember exactly, but it's a high number. It's called the density per acre, basically.
Yeah. So it's around 10,000 people, but we won't have 10,000 people on the island because we won't build the island.
Gambling is essentially illegal in Fiji, yet you show a casino. No, we don't show a casino. So I think this this question doesn't apply.
But anyways, it's what we have said at the beginning. This you cannot treat this video as a literal representation.
It's a game center. Game centers are legal in Fiji, so it's perfectly fine. Moving on. Will you need to be a Cryptoland NFT holder to gain access to the island? No. You can come to the island. What you will need is Cryptoland NFT to enter the Vladimir Club, which is going to be Cryptolanders' private area, designed and managed by Cryptolanders. This is see it as the VIP area in Cryptoland. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be awesome. And that's the only part that.
And if you have a Cryptolander NFT, you have other benefits. But yes, you can go to Cryptoland if you don't have an NFT. Of course, you can go. How will travel from the mainland to the island be conducted?
3 ways. Well, I mean, one is going to be the main way, but there are 3 ways: helicopter, seaplane, and boat. The seaplane is probably going to be the most used option because it's the most efficient, the fastest, and that's the most common way in Fiji.
Yeah, we will have a seaplane. We will have a seaplane
that takes off from the main airport to the international airport right until the Cryptoland pier.
Everything when you book your stay in Cryptoland, we will have everything in place for you when you arrive. So you will have your connection from the main airport to Cryptoland. So
how will security be handled? We already responded that. Clarified. Private security. This is important, especially in crypto. So we will just
private security, and then of course Fijian police.
Yeah, but that's an external thing. So in the white paper, you say you are
preventing people from minting multiple Cryptolander NFTs, but there are people that have minted more. Are we allowed to mint more than one now? If not, do you plan on doing more to prevent this?
Okay, so this is an interesting question. Yeah. It's a very good question. To say the truth, the idea. By the way, we ourselves have minted just one, but there's people in the community, especially the moderators, who've been minting several, and the idea was to have to distribute one per whitelist address, but things have evolved since then. Where the idea was to distribute them very quickly, but we've changed and we're distributing them to those who do more to push this project forward. And those who own several, it's mainly because they've been extremely good at pushing things forward. And so no, there is not necessarily a limit, although we encourage new white listings rather than our dream is not to have 10 people owning 1,000 each, of course not, but there's nothing illegal, there's nothing prohibitive about having several. So yeah, I guess that covers the point. Keep in mind that we have a vision, but sometimes you have to adapt, right?
Mm-hmm.
And at first, we just wanted to give them away completely for free, and that's it. But we've changed it, and instead of giving them for free and that's it, we rather give them away for those who help getting Cryptoland moving on. So when that changes, that it changes a little bit the approach.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of nice questions. A lot of questions, today. Okay, so
that's an announcement.
When people are buying plots of land, will there be a third person who keeps hold of the money so that that's called an escrow?
Mm-hmm.
And if there is any problem, they will receive the money back in full. Okay, so what we do when we have an investor, it's a bit up to them. How do they want to do it? So if they want to do an escrow, which is one of the options, this means that the money goes into a third party. It's normally a notary, basically.
Mm-hmm.
It's an entity that holds the money, and when we match a certain milestone, for example, when we have other investors that are ready to buy the island, exactly when we reach the soft cap, then the money gets released in order to be used for that end. So that's one of the options. When we, crypto people are very unconventional in the way they invest. So some of them might simply, trust us and send the money. So
we talk to normally everybody that is really interested in the project approaches, maybe writes to us or wants to have a call with us. So and we prefer, to be honest, we prefer to know the persons who are interested in the project. And we prefer to talk to them in person and see how we can
that's
do
the way
the most secure and easy way.
Mm-hmm, exactly. So this is something that's done pretty much one basis.
Yes. Hey guys, we're excited about the program. I was just checking the frequent asked questions and I see that the purchase for the island is underway. We have secured the island via purchase agreement. Is there any way to see some documentation about this?
Yeah, okay, so how is the situation? So why this makes reference to the purchase agreement contract. Yes. This is a contract that Cryptoland as a company makes with the sellers of the island. So we had to do, it was mandatory to have a purchase agreement with the island in order to submit the master plan. Okay, so it's necessary to and we want to have the master plan before making anything public, because if it's not viable, if we cannot do what we have in mind, we didn't want to present this project to anyone, right? Mm-hmm. So before making it public, we wanted to have almost certainty that
the project is viable and
exactly.
You can build on the island.
And so in order to do that, we had to sign this purchase agreement. But this purchase agreement has, like all of them, or pretty much, I guess, all of them, they have a time frame, right? And in our case was 4 months, which is what, on average, it takes to get a master plan approved. It got approved, and the expiry date of the purchase agreement was December 17th, as you can see on the thoughtful conversation section where we disclose that. So and then once you reach to that point, you have two options basically. One is to re-extend it, ask for an extension, and that's one of the possibilities. And the other possibility is to simply not extend it, raise the money, and then buy the island, which is the option that we've taken. Why? Because the island has been for sale for around 10 years. There are no other buyers interested at the moment. We know this firsthand because we're talking with the agent. And lastly, and very, very, very important, we talked with the sellers and we told them, hey, if you have a buyer, please let us know so we can take action before anything, right? Why did we decide not to extend the purchase agreement option contract? Because it costs money. It costs. I don't have to disclose it, but it's a lot of money, and it's non-refundable money. So if we don't have the full funding by the end of the purchase agreement, we lose that money. And so there is no point on having that purchase agreement always being extended. There is no need for it. It's much more simple to go raise funds, and when we have the money, we go and purchase it, because no one else will have purchased the island. That's our estimation. But in worst case scenario, if someone happens to buy the island, there are other islands in Fiji already developed with similar with similar characteristics and properties that could work. So keep in mind that Cryptoland is not about the island, it's about Cryptoland, it's about people. It's the end goal is not exactly the location. If we have to move the location to somewhere else, that's perfectly fine. It doesn't matter where we do it, as long as it checks some requirements that we have, right?
And of course, if we have to do that, we will always disclose that information with our community, and first of that with our investors.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So that's, I think that responds to the question.
To clarify, the purchase agreement was crucial for us to go ahead with the...
Crucial, no, it was mandatory, but not necessarily...
In order to make sure that the project was viable, because we needed to submit the master plan.
But that was the only reason. There is no other need to have the purchase agreement forever ongoing.
Because we want to make sure that this was a viable project.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay. Moving on. So what happened?
What is going to happen about the negative energy going forward? Are we any closer to any more investors? And if not, what plans do we have to gain more? How can we bring back the positiveness how can we bring back the positiveness to the project? If the island in Fiji falls through, do we have a backup plan? And if so, can we hear about it? Please, thanks for your time.
Of course. So how are we going to deal about the negativity? Well,
with patience.
Exactly. I mean, keep in mind this thing. Cryptoland is unstoppable. We're going to continue. So that's perfectly fine if people want to criticize the project, and that we can. In the space, Cryptoland doesn't need everyone to like it in order to succeed. That's a reality. So we just need to onboard the people that aligns with the vision, and that's it. There are different ways to do that, which is basically getting to our target. To be honest, we haven't done much marketing, and let me tell you something which is also significant, which is this wave of speculation against Cryptoland has been actually very positive. I would love to share things, but basically we've been contacted by email by several
people.
Yeah, actually, let me discuss it. There is a guy who owns another island, actually two of them, who offered.
But that's private information.
Yeah, no, but I'm not going to disclose the details. But someone owns an island in another part of the world, and would love to invite us to consider his island to do crypto on there. So all the attention that we're getting, is actually benefiting us. So we embrace attention. Crypto needs that. So it's doing us a favor. So. It's not that big of a problem.
Okay, so this is just comments. And how will the island be funded? With running water, electricity, roads, criminality, etc.? Do you mean funded economically, or like how will we supply water, electricity, roads? I believe he means that. Like,
running water, electricity, roads.
How will we bring running water into the island and
Okay. Once again, the island is very close to the mainland. So in the plans, we are going to use an underlying pipe that brings clean water from the mainland to the island, and same goes with the dirt, with the wastewater. So it goes with a pipe until the main infrastructure of Fiji, and same goes with electricity. Roads will be different, of course, that needs to be constructed on the island, and criminality. We don't expect criminality, to be honest. By having private security, there should be not criminality.
Fiji is a quite small country, and people are very friendly.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we will have, of course, private security.
What is your background and experience to this field?
Into this field, to prove people that you can take on a project of this scope. It's a previously asked question, but funding also comes to mind. How are you making this happen? I see you just mentioned a soft cap. Could you explain that a bit more? What is this soft cap and how are you going to reach it?
Of course.
Well, what you maybe don't know is that my dad is an architect, and his dad, he was in the real estate development, like luxury real estate development here in Spain.
We've been born around that.
Yes.
We haven't, we don't have a career on that because our real expertise is entrepreneurship. We are the driving force to make this happen. But what we do is we subcontract the best. Our skills is to find who are the best. We are not the ones who need to know all the intricacies of the architects. Our skill is to find the best architects that can carry that. So
same with the hotel
we have
management.
enough understanding of development through our families to do those choices. But also, it is important to understand that this is a venture. Okay, this is an adventure, and adventures are not for everybody. Some people, are more conservative than others, and so I would advise. For those who are scared or are hesitant to not jump into Cryptoland if it's too outside the conventional type of projects that someone might be looking into. So that's I guess that summarizes the soft cap. So the soft cap means it's the amount of money that you need to raise in order to make something viable, what we call the MVP, the minimum viable product. So in our case, we need to raise around $50 million to make sure that Cryptoland can happen. If we raise less than that, it puts everything at risk. So it means that we need to reach if we don't reach that soft cap, we don't do anything basically. We
keep funding. We keep trying to
exactly
fund the project until we have our soft cap or more than that. So we won't touch. We have said that multiple times, but we won't touch any funds until we are sure that this is
viable. Yeah, I think none of
we have the funds to make this happen.
Yeah.
So
one of the questions here, I think non-holders of the NFT.
I think non-holders of the NFT should pay for entry.
Yeah.
Example, more of an incentive to hold a Cryptolander. The people who pay entry could maybe help with internet cost and wages for workers on the island, obviously with taxes applied and everything for payments.
Yeah, I think we respond to that. So, but I mean, not only NFT holders. I mean, the island, as we said, is open to anyone who wants to come. And the NFT, what gives you exclusive access is some private areas of Cryptoland, especially the Vladimir Club, along with some of the things that we plan on doing, which is like.
But just to entry to set foot on the land, you don't have to pay, of course. But if you wanna, if you wanna have a Coke or something like a beer on the island, well, you will have to pay, of course.
Of course.
Or if you wanna have lunch on the island, of course, you will have to pay.
But yeah, exactly. But this is because those things have costs.
If you wanna stay in the resort, you will have to pay. That's how we're going to
make this viable.
Yeah, to pay for the cost of that has running an island.
Exactly. But the truth is that NFT holders will have benefits in Cryptoland.
Yeah. No, but he was saying that non-NFT holders should pay for entry.
Okay. I didn't understand the question.
No.
Okay, I got it. Yeah.
Like have a ticket.
No, I disagree. I think it should be open to anyone. And what we should do is give NFT holders a set of benefits and privileges in Cryptoland that makes having an NFT a superior asset, right? A superior set of things that you can do inside Cryptoland. But I wouldn't close it to other people. But yeah, I mean, this is an open conversation that will continue.
Is Meta Cryptoland still on the roadmap or only focused on Fiji Island?
No, it's of course it's in the roadmap.
It is.
But we're growing steadily, and it's the metaverse of Cryptoland. It's not our priority because there is not going to be any meta if there is no any island. So we need first to solve the island stuff first, and then we will take care of the metaverse.
Yeah, but we are having conversations about that already. So it's still on the roadmap, and it will be. You never launched a crypto project, but have you launched any real estate development project like the island thing?
What is the island thing? I don't know what is the island thing.
Like this,
like our island. No, we have experience in launching other projects. We have not launched a crypto project. This is our first crypto project. We have launched film projects. We have launched ceremony projects. We have launched other things, and there are a lot of similarities.
And we have experienced the real estate industry very close from our family. So yeah, okay. we know what is this about, what all of this is about. So
is Crypton in a nutshell a real estate project with a crypto theme? Then yes, that's maybe a bit of a simplification, but in essence, that's what it is. It's a real estate project that is going to attract crypto enthusiasts and an environment where you feel the crypto vibe all day long.
I think it's 50-50, to be honest. I wouldn't just simplify it that much. Like, yes, of course, it's a real estate project because it entitles building something, but it's certainly a crypto project as well, because you will be able to, our goal is that you will be able to pay in crypto and meet crypto people and do conferences and
how do we know that once you get the funding, you're not going to get the hell out of Doge and disappear like many other projects? Well, that's it's a fair question.
Yes.
In the crypto space, there are a lot of scams. Some of them have been scammed a couple of times. So, why don't you answer me? What do you want in
order to
in order that not to happen?
What do you need?
There are very few.
To see?
Look, there are very few projects that are scams whose founders are public and so like we're doing. So just to give you a response here, Elena and I, we have enough money to really not work on anything. We're doing this because we want to make it happen. We could have retired already a few years ago.
But we like the idea. We find it very interesting, and it could be super cool to have something like crypto for the community and for people all over the world.
What I would say, there are three things. Actually, number one, if you're looking to get a crypto under, is free. So I don't know, you have no risk on that. If you're looking at buying a parcel and you have concerns with that, there is an escrow that can do the job for you to not having to worry about that. And if you're a serious investor, you can have calls with us directly where we can go into greater detail of how we can make sure that an investor has enough information for us not to run away or whatever. Okay. Because it's all free, it's up to you. Okay, that's a response. All right.
you reported you locked the island to purchase it, but I contacted all the agencies asking if the island was available, and they said they have no interested customers. Any response to this?
Yes, of course.
Mhm.
I think they gave you a wrong response because we never said. By the way, we're in contact with the direct owners. Those agencies, they don't. They might not be aware of what's going on
Yeah.
with the owners of the island. So we already explained that the island is for sale for anyone who has the funds to buy it. That might that will probably be Cryptoland because the island has been for sale for 30 years.
No, but I'm not sure if he understood that we had a
Oh.
purchase agreement. So he said you had a purchase
No,
agreement. and I
okay.
contacted all the
Sorry. I
agencies.
misunderstood the question. Yeah, no. When we said we have secured the island with a purchase agreement, yeah, that was the truth when we launched, and we were expecting to sell the parcels much more quickly. So that was a true statement when it was made. Now the purchase agreement has been. We didn't decide to renew it because we don't need it, and that's the current situation. I think that responds it, right?
We won't buy the island until we raise the necessary funds to make this viable.
Exactly.
How can we be assured this won't become the next fire festival kind of thing? Also, what the guy above me said, the island is still on the market. Oh my God, what about... I never knew about the fire festival until a week ago.
It's a trauma. Most people have a trauma with the fire festival. Everything on Earth can be a fire. Every project on Earth can be a fire festival. Not celebrating your birthday. It might be a fire festival.
No, but
fire festival means a failure. So we don't need to use the fire festival word anymore. We can say.
Well, we have already responded to
1,000 times. Yeah.
Yes.
It's. I want to go back to what I said previously. Not everybody is as comfortable entering projects early, right? Many people didn't feel comfortable entering on Bitcoin when it was at $500, which is where we bought because it was too risky. So this is the same. I think it's also very important to remember that we're giving it away. We're giving Cryptolanders for free, so you don't have any risk exposure. I don't know where
we are not putting a gun on your head to give us your money. So what's the problem with that? I don't understand. And I wonder if you are the same with other projects, like you are as picky as with other projects as you are with us, or just because you hate us. Like,
no, that's fine. I mean,
I hope, like, let me see, they're just gonna answer the questions convenient to them. To be honest, our questions won't get answered. Well, we answered your question, so I hope this was just 30 minutes ago. I hope you got your answer, and let us know if you have any other questions. We will be very, very happy to answer them. Let me see. How can we be assured that the project is proceeding as planned? There are a lot of scams out there, and I'm not calling this a scam, but how are you guys being held accountable so we can be sure things are actually happening as you claim them to be? Well, that's a good question. We will be having updates regularly, and we can do these AMAs regularly as well, so you guys are aware of everything that's happening. So as long as everybody is polite, we can have like thoughtful conversation and respectful conversations like this, or discussions like this one. So yes, I think, do you want to say anything?
No.
Let each other finish your sentences, please. Okay, sorry. It's something that we do a lot.
Yeah.
Spanish blood. Are Max and Elena a couple? Yes, we are. We've been together for 10 years now. Thank you for answering my Star Citizen question, and the mods for electing me Cryptolander of the Week. Thank you for supporting the project. Thank you for being here. Why does he sound so nervous?
Because I always, I'm very volatile. So, it's English is not my perfect language.
And he's because he has a lot of energy and he's very passionate about the project. Sometimes he wants to explain. He has like a lot. We are very visual people, so we have lots of images in our head, and it's difficult to find the words. So we like want to say things very quickly.
To be honest, I want to say something here. I want to be very, very, very honest. I wish any question on earth that is intended to seek truth and interesting and thoughtful conversation, it's something I'm looking for. So the problem is, most of the questions we've gotten the last 10 days, they've been intended to make us talk, to twist our words and harm us. And this is not a game in which we want to enter, because Cryptoland is not a war.
And it's not a game for us.
No, exactly. And Cryptoland is not a war-oriented project. We're very peaceful people with that. That's our philosophy, and we're not going to enter into wrongly intentioned conversations. And that's why I haven't been maybe a little bit nicer today, because I don't know the intent of your questions. But if some of you are genuinely interested, there is absolutely nothing. We have nothing to hide. We can talk on individual basis if the interest is real. Right?
Actually, we have a channel called Thoughtful Conversation, because we like to hear your opinions on the project and your ideas, and just discuss about the project, and for you to contribute to the project would be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Hello all, I just learned about Cryptoland and have been browsing your Discord. Very impressed. Thank you so much. I have completed a number of items to get coins. Based on my calculations, I should have about 12,000.
How do I check?
How do I check? I'm not able to. My coins.
That's something that the moderators can help you.
If the mods can help with this.
Is Kaisha on the team, or was he part of the team? Why is he
listed as head of strategy in the website source code that was commented out? What?
Head of strategy.
This
is an error.
Detailed. That's very detailed.
I don't know where.
Maybe this is an
probably,
error. Probably.
No, because at some point we were discussing. He's an advisor, by the way.
Yeah.
So at some point we were discussing on getting him as a head of strategy, but we decided not to do it because it's better if he stays as an investor.
Yes.
So that's why. But
he's not chief of strategy.
No, he's not.
No. How many houses have you sold so far? We don't sell houses.
We sell plots of land. And
you can invest in Cryptoland in many ways, but
exactly.
Yeah, we don't sell houses.
Just one.
Thank you. If Cryptoland will be free to visit and there's a limit of 10,000 people who can fit on the island, if I heard right, how are you going to make sure that the island won't be overcrowded? Is there going to be a waiting list to be able to visit or something? No. Yeah.
No, but that's
the government. The law says that for the acres that the island has, you can put up to 10,000 people there, but we won't be allowing.
I think the correct number is 8,000, to be honest.
Well, that's a lot of people anyways.
Exactly. That doesn't mean it's the amount of people that we're going to get. We expect much
no,
less
especially
than that.
because the resort will be a small resort, like for like around 400 people, and then there will be like the 60 parcels, so there won't be not 10,000 people, not at all. So don't worry about that. It won't be overcrowded.
Can you provide any contacts?
With subcontractors you've mentioned architect specific, their website appears to have been last updated on 2017. Well, that's very oh my God. It's okay. Okay.
Let me respond to this.
No. Yeah. We can provide contacts. We have those contacts. But to be honest, these are as well.
What other contacts are we talking? Because there are Sefton. No.
They're private people. I mean,
no.
Why would?
Can I explain how it works? Okay, so architect specific. It's at its core, it's an architectural studio based in Suva, Fiji, but they do other they've managed other constructions. So they have their network of other people they subcontract. That's how you manage those type of things. We don't have the capacity, neither bandwidth nor the intent to be dealing with every one of these people. So they are the ones who've put together. If you go to our data room, you will see there are infrastructure services, infrastructure assessment, an initial environmental impact assessment. Those are the type of people that have been contacted by Architect Specific to carry out all that stuff. And when we are ready to start developing, they're going to onboard other subcontractors, So that's how these things are done.
But of course, we know these people. It's not Architect Specific. They are subcontracting, but we know the people who are subcontracting.
Yeah, we know, but I mean,
what
do you want us to give you the name and
no, because these people have been harassed already, and we don't want that.
Exactly. So
we need to take care of our relationship.
But it's no one. It doesn't matter. It's no one's business. You don't ask. There's nothing. To be honest, there is nothing to hide. But there is nothing to. We don't have to disclose the personal names of the guy who calculates the size of the pipes. For you guys, for some people, they have the right to their privacy too. Then people go on their LinkedIn to harass them. So there is no need to put these people under stress for no reason.
No. Max is an ex-pro skater.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, I was in 2010. It was when I was skating for Razors, which was the biggest rollerblading company in the world. I was in the pro team, and I was doing a lot of videos, competitions, traveling. I miss skating. I broke my ankle.
Your ankle?
Ankle, sorry. I didn't actually broke it, but I got an injury that took many months. And then I got into filmmaking, and so I slowly kind of stopped, but I miss it a lot.
Yeah, you were one of the best in the world.
That's up to others to say.
I warmly, that's just a commentary. Thank you for answering the hard questions. Respect. Thank you for being here. Honestly, thank you for being here. Hope we will be fishing together on the island soon.
I hope so. Yeah.
Yeah, we hope so. Well, I won't fish because
we will swim at least together.
Yes. Is this being recorded? Can we go back and view these and other AMAs later? Yeah, I think it's being recorded, right?
I'm sure someone is recording.
Oh, yes. Yes, we'll be added later. Thank you for answering and taking time out of your day to speak out to the family. Keep up the great work. Thank you very much for being here, guys, and supporting us. And thank you for the questions as well. Thank you so much. Noticed Max calling people friends on occasion. Does Max happen to be in the friend community? That was a warm place.
I don't understand the question.
Friends in the friend community. Maybe this is another community, like
I don't know. It's just a way to refer to our dear Cryptolanders.
Yes. Max and I are the best. Thank you so much.
You guys are the best. I wish, this past couple of weeks have just reinforced for us the sense and the need of having a physical place to meet, because the way things go online sometimes is disproportionate and unfair and deformed and weird. While if we had the chance to be together, people could know us in person. It's a different feel, right? Yeah. So all those waves of criticism, it's not because criticism is embraced. It's perfectly fine to criticize. Like, we embrace criticism. That's perfectly fine.
But hate is another thing. It's very hard.
I mean, the point is it destructive or is it constructive? Because destructiveness is not something we're looking for. We're not interested. No. So, but
we don't like war. We don't like hurting people.
Okay.
So yeah.
Where are you guys from?
Else? I'm fully Spanish, and he's half French, half Spanish.
Mm-hmm. Our relationship with Fiji, we just love Fiji. We've been
there, and we loved the people. We loved the place. It's really beautiful.
It's one of the most beautiful places we've seen. It's absolutely amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I do appreciate that. So there's going to be a waiting booking list. My question was more related to the probably high demand to visit the island, especially if there's only place for 400 people.
Yeah, that's very interesting. We will. There are different. Okay, there are different ways where how we can absorb an excessive demand. So one thing that I had in mind, I've never mentioned this, but I think it's fun, and maybe you're gonna enjoy this. We could hire. We could rent a cruise ship if we get a lot of people wanting to come to Cryptoland, and we don't have enough capacity. We could rent a cruise ship and getting some people there because that could serve as additional short-term.
But this is just crazy ideas that we have, but.
Just if there are peaks, for example, imagine if there is a big event, for example, and there's more people that we have capacity to host. Well, why not having a cruise ship there for rent?
This is just brainstorming to be.
Yeah, no, it's not in the plans, of course, but there are
off
different
the
ways.
record.
No, I mean, what I'm saying is that there are different ways. Even we could even have tents on.
But probably there will be a waiting list for staying in the resort, of course, because it won't be like a super large resort. So probably will be a waiting list.
VR fishing. That's fine. That's fine. I like that. What else?
Okay. Can we drink grog with the locals on the island? What is that?
It's probably one of their local. In Fiji they do
kava.
So it's a drink. It's a
very special drink.
Yeah. Well, I think that covers most of the questions.
There is a lot of hate out there for a passion project that really does seem cool. I'm skeptic by nature and always hesitant to buy into things that seem too good to be true, but don't let that stop you from following your ambitions through till the end, regardless of how many people are rooting for your downfall.
I really, really appreciate those wise words. That's a beautiful philosophy to stand by, and we really appreciate that.
Yes.
I wish more people there. There's something natural with getting on board with speculation, and it's perfectly fine to be hesitant. I think it's even healthy to be, especially in crypto, hesitant to every project, being very scrutinize everything. That's wonderful. That's what makes the space safer. So we love that. That's perfectly fine. But I think it's important, guys, to be driven by values. Everyone has its own, right? But I don't think the world is not a better place by making fun, destroying aims, trying to kill projects. Unless, it's fine to be an activist when there is something wrong and that needs to be stopped. That's perfectly fine. Cryptoland is nothing else than a private island for people who want to share their passion together, and that's it. And I don't think there is nothing wrong with this. And that's why doing this would make everyone better. Those who want to go can go. Those who doesn't want to go, they don't have to go. So it hurts no one. It creates employment. It creates job opportunities. It makes the world wealthier on in total. So I appreciate people that approaches with a nice philosophy and attitude.
Yes. Thanks so much, Max and Anna, for answering all your questions. It means a lot. Thank you for being here, and thank you for being open to listening to us.
Okay, wait.
Can you provide any comments on the dubious mental maturity and Epstein mentioned tweets? I've heard some of the FUD related to that. Little clue what it is about. Yes, of course we can address that.
Well, we already addressed that. This was I don't know if the intent of this question is to make fun of it, but that's fine. We can respond. So when we had a first wave of hate towards the project, and
this was the first few hours.
Yeah.
And someone commented, What's the
No, let me give a proper context. So the thing is, before that response was stated, there was previously already a lot of people mentioning Epstein mentions and things like this to want to focus the topic on that. And we tend to respond to most of the comments on Twitter. And so, by the way, our Twitter is where I think around three. I don't know exactly how many people have access to our Twitter, but several of us.
Several people, and we are not
native
English
so,
speakers. So someone commented
what is the age of,
what is the age of consent in Cryptoland?
And so, just for you to understand, consent in Spanish, consentimiento, or in French, consentir, means allow. So the phrase tends to someone who doesn't know what that means. It can mean what is the age to go to Krypton, and why would that make sense? Well, I tell you why. Because some of these island resorts, they're adults only, and this is something that we've been discussing with Elena several times. Whether we should have a limit age, because maybe it's not a great environment for kids. So this is but we've never come to any conclusion yet, right? But so it's an upper conversation, and since there was no answer, so there is no clarity on whether we will have a minimum age to enter Cryptoland. The response was misunderstood, and that's why it triggered all this this craziness, you know. So that's I think that response.
We were quite shocked, to be honest, because the thing got out of control, like surreal. It was surreal because it didn't even say like sexual consent. It said just consent. like the age allowed to enter Krypton, or like any other place in, there's an age to enter Disney or
in Disney in particular,
but for example,
other
amusement
island
parks
resorts,
like Six Flags or something like that,
like simply
or resorts.
Other
been
island resorts,
only
they have
adults only resorts. Yes, so it was it got out of.
But I think just to say something here. The media took this and wanted to picture and paint a very bad picture, although they knew. We removed it immediately, and we gave an explanation of what happened and why that was a misunderstanding. And having that explanation and not wanting to put that on their articles goes to show their bad intent in trying to picture Krypton as something bad.
No, they need like juicy stuff to sell the news. So
I guess so. Okay.
If I had one advice to give you, the Cryptolander, don't let negativity of some touch you. Actually, don't even try to justify yourself to them. Just do what you believe is good. Interested people will follow.
Yeah, I mean, thank you so much, man. That reminds me to a phrase where I don't know where I heard it, but basically it went to say, "Build it and they will come." So you focus on your product. And if you do something great, it will attract the people that needs to, that is attracted to what you're doing. So thanks for your support. We welcome a lot people with like you in Cryptoland, man. And by the way, there's one thing also that it's maybe off topic a little bit, but maybe it makes sense. We personally don't like to. We don't like attention to very much.
We're very private.
Yeah, it's like generally speaking, and we didn't want to make Cryptoland around us. We see ourselves just as the power that pushes this, along with you guys, of course, 100%. So, but we're not dictators. We're not the ones who wants to center Krypton around us. We want to see that flourish a bit on its own, and we just want to help that happen. We just want to make that happen, but we would like other projects to come and do their thing. We would like people to come and let loose. Cryptoland take its own form, and ourselves take a second place, and just being there to basically manage that everything runs smoothly and helps it make it happen, right? But yeah.
How do we know that you're getting a good price for building the project if you're not requesting multiple proposals from many managing entities? Well, we had this proposal with different budgeting, right?
Well, I tell you how budgeting works. So
Yes.
when you do a cost estimation, you normally get three scenarios because
Yes.
the costs are variable. So we have a cost estimation of the project, which is around $100 million. Why do I say 100? Well, because there is worst case scenario, normal scenario, best case scenario. So this gives you three types of prices that how much this can cost. And when there are many contractors, so this is something that it's done on an individual basis. When you do public buildings, it goes basically with like a contest, right? You have contractors that compete, and they do the best. They put out the best prices they can get, and then they get hired by governments, and they do their things. In the private sector, it not always works this way. It's good always to have different contractors offering different prices. But when you're going for a very high-end project like ours, our style is more to just go with the best. Those who've developed 10 resorts that they have a track record of successfully managing those things and delivering. We as entrepreneurs, that's the style we have.
Especially in the Pacific area, that there's not a lot of experienced people there, so we want to work.
No, but what I'm saying, this is there are different ways. I mean, you can go with the cheapest, or you can go with the one who has better track. And for something as big and as sensitive as Cryptoland, we just want to work with the best. That's our philosophy. How do we know that?
This is the one we were answering. Okay. We appreciate you, Max. Beautiful words, man. Look at all of his.
You guys are amazing. I think we're getting to the end almost, right?
No kids or minor means I'm there 100%. Okay, kids or noise. Well, thanks for your time. If I buy a Cryptolander, how soon can I move in?
Well, that's but one thing also that maybe makes sense to mention here. As I was saying previously, the idea is that the project and the community takes its own shape. So what the idea with the Cryptolanders is that reserving a parcel on the blockchain hills just for Cryptolanders to do whatever they want with that parcel. So that means if they want to turn it into a little hotel for them to go, and them I include myself, of course. But what I'm saying is that as a DAO, they could take the parcel for Cryptolanders to, it can be turned into a club. It can be a place full of beds, just for you guys to stay in there. That's up to the community, right? So just wanted to say that we want that to take its own shape.
But what we think would be lovely, once we raise the funds and we have the island, it would be lovely to have some of you guys visit the island. And
that's definitely an option. Yeah, that would be absolutely fantastic. So and cool. Maybe record some videos and that would be
give
great.
Ideas and see the land and everything. Don't you have another call? Yes.
Yeah, but I just moved it. I had another call with Fiji now, but I just moved it.
With Brad, actually. Don't know if this has been asked yet, but what inspired you guys to make this kind of project? I know you've done big stuff in the past, but this is kind of another league in terms of logistics, marketing, and many other factors I can't think of top of my head. Why did you make such a dramatic jump to something of this scale? Good question.
That's an interesting question. Well, what I can do is draw a parallelism on our previous project. So every previous things that we've done, and there have been all of them bigger than the previous, you have the same feeling, which is, wow, this is much bigger than anything I've done before. And if you don't have the mindset to understand that it's a mental issue rather than necessarily a logistical issue. The jump from what we've done to what we're wanting to do is not bigger than having done nothing and doing some of the previous projects we've done. So it's not that big of a jump. If you see it on a log scale, it would make sense. So
and why? What?
Why? Well, because there is a need and there is demand and there is a desire in the community to have an amazing place to just hang out and be together and enjoy time, right?
And because a lot of incredible people in the space.
Let me put it the other way. Let me put it the opposite way. What is the point on staying in Fiat land forever? What's so attractive of Fiat land? For me, there's nothing right now. You just get out of your home and you're surrounded by people who don't really have any understanding of crypto, nor they like it. So this applies to a lot of fields. People who share a passion, they often want to get together and discuss and enjoy. So it's a no-brainer for some people to want to make this happen.
And we want to be surrounded by like-minded individuals.
Yeah.
Max, will there be anything happening for people to visit the island or location of Cryptoland in mid-construction, etc., to see progress, have a party, camp in a tent?
Landslide,
yeah.
He's in construction, so he's someone who could enjoy the whole construction.
Of course, it would be so cool to have visits from Cryptolanders into the island.
Let me tell you something. When we buy the island, if people start coming in, which I'm all in favor of, those who want to basically attack Krypton, they will take pictures or whatever of people coming and seeing nothing, and they will call it the Firefest because it's going to take 2 years to construct the whole thing. But to be honest, I have absolutely no problem with criticism. Everything it's published, it's track record. So if people are it's a forecast, right? When you say Cryptoland is a failed project, like basically some of the articles recently that came out, that's a track record of their accuracy. So that stays there online, and we will see in a few years whose word is more worthy, right? So I guess.
But yeah, it will be lovely to have you guys visiting the island.
That would be absolutely amazing.
I know what I can do with the land. I'm asking when I can do it.
Well, that's
about the land. Yeah.
That's an option.
We
don't have a response to that yet because
because maybe he means King Cryptolander. Once you have the land, you can do whatever you want whenever you want. So imagine that you buy a plot of land, I don't know, in Mallorca or in Las Vegas. you can start developing it right away.
In the case of Cryptoland, it's not developed right away because there are a few phases that come in first. So
after, of course, securing, buying the island.
Exactly. First is the purchase that takes around 3 or 4 or even 5 months in some cases. Then the title is transferred to investors. So once they have that title, they own it.
Yes.
But and once and once they own it, they can they need to know what, for example, what they want to develop on it. So, for example, if they have an idea of a home, they need the architects to know what how is it going to be.
Once the title is transferred to you, you can start
just like a normal land.
Projecting,
exactly,
yes,
just like a normal land.
You can talk to your architects and
develop something, submit it,
submit it, ask for the permits, and build it.
Yeah, it's constructible. So this is something that it's already in the master plan. The houses show there, so that means that
you can construct on land.
Yeah, exactly. It's constructible. It's developable.
That's cute.
So nice means. How much is the land?
Much land is it per Cryptolander?
It's 1 acre. The
per King Cryptolander.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
so
1 acre.
1 acre. That's very big.
Very big land.
Yeah.
Oh, here Anthony is answering.
Yeah, I see some open invitations in the chat. I would want to buy without knowing those.
2 years, I might wait until things are constructed before buying my Cryptoland. It's fine.
Yeah, that's perfect. I would advise that to most people that.
No, that's fine. No one is forced to buy anything.
Exactly, it makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
I see. So we don't know that.
No, we don't own the island yet.
We already explained that.
Yeah. Someone asked, who's the permitting body? There are different agencies in Fiji. Not agencies, sorry. Bodies, right? So there is the town development office. What is this? Someone just placed it here. Actually, we're jumping too many questions, Elena. So
yes, let me.
In Fiji there are basically three bodies that you need to have approval in order to get our master plan approved, which we got, which is town development number 1 office. The other one is Raki Council number 2, and then you have the Suva town planning or something like, I don't remember the name exactly, but it's the highest office that oversees all construction in Cryptoland. It went through all of these offices and it got approved in all of them. Yeah.
Did you guys send deceased and deceased, I'm pronouncing it well, to Molly White, or is that fake news? No. Yeah, we send it. Of course, our lawyers send it.
The thing is,
it said deceased and deceased, but it was my fault when I the letter. It was well written, but then on Twitter I was responding to someone, and I was writing with my phone, and it says instead of deceased, I wrote disease, like dead. So it was my fault. I'm not sure if I wrote it bad because I wrote it bad, or if it was my autocorrector. So yeah, that was my fault on the Twitter answer. But I find it pretty funny.
Yeah.
So yeah, which is it's just a legal tool to ask people to stop
it's
defamation.
It's a friendly it's a
friendly
notice. Yeah. So the lawyers.
It doesn't mean you're taking legal action right away. You're asking that person to please stop.
Exactly. Before taking legal action.
But I guess, yeah. That's the best part. I'm not super into crypto. Only dipped my toes into the market a handful of times just for fun. But this community is honestly super welcoming and inviting. Honestly expected the crypto bros to be toxic elitist, but you guys are hella chill.
Oh man,
thank you so much. We are not monsters. We just want to build a community, and we just
you're welcome on board to explore this field. It's probably gonna get you in one of the most exciting journeys of your life. There are many layers to the crypto movement. From the outside, the mainstream media likes to
criticize and paint us like freaks.
No, but let's not focus it on us. What I'm saying is
not us, the community.
Yeah, in general, this is one of the most powerful movements on earth towards improving individual freedom, economic freedom, and it's a very philosophical movement at its core. I invite you to really deep dive into it because it has the power to. It empowers you. So it's a very wonderful movement. And when people call crypto bros, the space is enormous. Okay, so there is a lot of people that they don't understand what this is all about. But I can tell you that some of the smartest and brightest minds in the globe are in the crypto space, and some of those minds you can follow them on Twitter and learn a lot very quickly. I'm talking about Balaji, I'm talking about Naval, I'm talking about Robert Breedlove, many people that if you follow them, you're gonna see the other side, that the appealing side of this, and why it's important.
That's why we want to build Cryptoland as well, to invite these people to surround, to be able to provide everybody the opportunity to surround themselves with.
By the way,
people.
Just to see that we're not I don't know, bad or whatever. The Cryptolander of the week, I think, comes from the first wave of hate. So he got on board. We welcome him open arms to understand what we're doing, our intentions, our vision, and everything. And he became Cryptolander of the week. So no hate here, please.
Okay. Pulled up the white paper again. Reminded with talk here. Can you talk about this portion of it? Somebody else asked about the way it looks like it's saying anything in the white paper can be false with no repercussions. The mod said this was something only the WAPMI can answer.
Yeah.
Be no representations and warranties.
No, I can respond because this is okay. So, if you're new to crypto, you will know that it's very this is written by lawyers, by the way.
Yeah.
There is pretty much any token that you create, if you want to do it slightly following to the advisable rules, you need to have what's called as a white paper. And in most white papers, they at the beginning.
Oh, by the way, we know it's called white paper, but it's just a word game. Why?
Yeah, it's a word play. Yeah.
Project is,
everything. Yeah.
Sure
so let me finish the point. So most white papers, they have at the beginning. Not all of them, but those who want to be those who are more professional, they have normally a legal disclaimer at the top. And what it basically says is that all those phrases that you see that are written by lawyers, that to take crypto, in this case Cryptoland or whatever, any token project, as an experimental project, okay? Because otherwise, this is just a legal way to approach anything you do in crypto. So you need to put those things at the beginning to make sure that anyone who reads that understands that we are not stock market. We're not a security. We're not. This is not a contract. This is just a project. It's an open project, and that's why it needs to say all these things.
By the way, Nak, I'm not sure if you are still here, but I can sense you're hating on us. It's probably nothing. They probably just copied this from somewhere online, didn't read it. Don't worry about it. No, our lawyers did it. So we have lawyers.
Yeah. And they're expensive.
They are expensive and very good. So they wrote it.
By the way, you can see there is.
That was like king thing.
Yeah, there is a word which has the Q letter in
capital letter.
In capital. This was a stupid little thing. that one of our friends made.
It's not a friend.
Not a friend. One of the team members when he
He's
wrote
a friend
this.
then.
Anyways,
Was,
the point is what we already
hint,
discussed.
hint, yeah. I work with law. Did you guys retain an attorney for that cease and desist? Is in your legal team? Someone was claiming it was your lawyer in the server.
I don't understand the question. Is it retain an attorney?
Who is in your legal team? Someone.
Oh,
yeah, we have our lawyers.
Our lawyers are from Singapore, and actually they're from Germany, but they have their offices in Singapore.
Mm-hmm. Are your lawyers' fees coming from NFT sales? No, not at all.
Not at all.
We've been funding this ourselves from our own money. I'm so glad I got this. Thank you so much for being here now, doing this for living your dreams. Thank you. I love it, my man.
Oh my God. Okay, so we're getting to the end.
Yeah, this is the end.
Can you confirm what you're talking about?
I can confirm the guy you were talking about was not their lawyer. No.
There's people. Yeah, there are many scammers and people that jump into. Oh, now I know what you mean. Okay, yeah, there was a guy who got into our Discord who was basically impersonating our lawyer. I don't know why, but he was, and I think he was banned because there are many hackers that trying
to confuse and create some confusion and bad vibes here. But no, our lawyers are not. We have some lawyers.
They're not on Discord.
No, they're not on Discord. Not at all. No.
Well, I guess that sums up. I guess the main points.
See you guys at the next AMA. We're interested to see where this project goes. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
I think it's just gonna wait to have a beer. Oh, Prescott, beautiful island, some good people, Max, and after drinks. Thank you so much.
Prescott.
He's an OG.
He's an OG in Cryptoland, and he will get his dirt bike in Cryptoland once we have the island to build a track there, and he can. You will teach me a little bit. I hope I can borrow your motorbike. Okay, well, here's Tip Tap Patrick. Also, we've been working with him also on Twitter. He's here in the comments.
OGs here.
Yeah,
you guys, Anthony, Romanticor.
You guys are amazing.
And Slide here.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Please be patient with Cryptoland. Mm-hmm. This is a project that it's a long-term play. But so, you guys are becoming family, so I want you to see the day where you look back and you see, wow, this was a crazy journey. Look where it started. Look where we're now. I wish, I want you guys to be there when that happens. So much love to you guys. I think
we will. Yeah, I think we will end the AMA now. We will be hosting another AMA soon, so you guys can be updated, and we will answer all the questions that you may have. And if you have any other questions, just feel free to chat with us here on Discord. And yeah, let's be in touch. And thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for all your questions. Thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to explain ourselves, to talk to you.
We didn't want to make this too early also because we wanted to make sure we're talking with people who has a real interest in knowing what went on and everything. So yeah, all good. So yeah, wishing you guys the best rest of the day. Thanks a lot for your support. Let's make this happen. And yeah.
Can't believe Twitter made me believe yeah. Twitter can be very toxic.
Very toxic, yeah.
It's very dangerous.
Welcome on board. You might be the next Cryptolander of the week.
It was quite traumatic the past few weeks.
Yeah.
But now, hopefully, we're now.
I want to end this with the phrase that I start, which is, there is nothing wrong with buying a private island and dedicating it for crypto enthusiasts to enjoy time together.
Oh, any news about giveaway with Mushroom Clubhouse?
No, well, I mean, it ended, and people need to contact us now on Twitter, those who participated, because we already have the winner. So we're Please ask the Cryptopher for that, because he's the one managing this. He will give you proper responses. Okay.
The chosen one.
The chosen one. Okay, send you best vibes, guys. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much.
And wishing you the best.
The chosen one.
Bye-bye, guys.
Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot.
Bye-bye.
Take care.